Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and it is Tuesday Newsday, and we have lovely weather out there today. It's going to top out at about 80, so it's going to be perfect for coming to Hamilton. And if you're here, welcome to Hamilton. We're glad to have you. So we have some stuff coming up, and I've been working on some stuff. So there's lots of things going on that I'm trying to finish up and get done. One of those is I have one more Ingrid's quilt I'm working on. Aren't these cute? Oh, wait, I have to show you a flower I just finished. So because I've done, let me think, maybe 6 of these now, maybe 7 or 8. I don't remember. Anyway, I am no longer following the color guide, which is very fun and freeing for me. And so I get to do them whatever color I want. Oh, here's one that Ron did. Mr. Jenny did this one. And if you look at his stitches, can they see him, Annie? It's so tiny. He's a machinist, so he does fabulous work. Fabulous, let me just say. Anyway, all these are different colors than the ones, but look at how cute this one is. I did every little blossom a different color, and I just think it looks so happy. It's so cute. And so now I'm just like rethinking everything, you know, I'm doing all kinds of things. So I've been working on that. And then this Friday's tutorial is called Country Roads. And this is it right here, and it's a strip quilt, and it's very much like the quilt that Gideon asked me to make for his graduation. This is Gideon's quilt, and anytime you make a strip set and match them up with the other side, I mean, it's just really cool. So this is a strip set right here. So it has a 2.5, 2 1.5s, and then 2.5s on either side. And this one is the same. It's 2.5, 1.5, 2.5. So you just kind of stagger them out, but when you cut them, you're going to cut them on the strip set like this, and it'll make like a half square triangle block, which is this block. I can show you one block. That might be less confusing. So here's one. And when you're cutting them on the strip set, you're cutting them like this. So you've sewn on both sides, and so you cut one from this side, and then you cut the next one from the other side, and it flips over. And so you get the 2 different sides. And so this one right here, as you put them together, you can put them together so that they're scrappy and they make the square in the middle, or you can put them together this way so they come together and make that X. They'll make both blocks when you put them together. It's just how you want to decide to do it. Anyway, it's a fun block, and it's a quick and easy quilt. If you have a jelly roll or you want to cut your fabric into strips, works out really cute. So that's this week's tutorial. It's in, let's see what else. Garden of Quilts. Next week we go to Garden of Quilts. I still have this week on the brain, so that was the pause because I have so many little things that I'm trying to get finished up. I cleaned the garage. I know none of this really matters if I go to Africa if my garage is clean, but I didn't want to leave, Katie, my granddaughter, with a mess, so I cleaned the garage. We have all those little things that are in my brain. So next week is Garden of Quilts. It's in Lehi, Utah at Thanksgiving Point at the Ashton Gardens there. And so we're going to be teaching 3 classes, and we also have a Q&A on Saturday morning. And so that will be really fun. We love doing the Q&As. There's lots of fun events. Melissa Gilbert from Little House on the Prairie is going to be there. I mean, just lots of fun things going on at the gardens, and we love that event. So Natalie, Misty, and I will be there, and Mr. Ron as well. And actually, Annie will be there too, and Vanessa. Who else is going? Is that it? Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's it, our little group. And so that will be Garden of Quilts, and that's next week, the 11th through the 14th. Okay, so then coming up, we have Birthday Bash, and it's getting very exciting around here with Birthday Bash because there's so many things happening. So we have Craig Conover coming, and he is from Sewing Down South, and he makes pillows, and he has quite a following, and he's on Bravo TV, so that's very exciting, all those things. And so he'll be here at Birthday Bash, which we think is going to be very fun. Also, there will be a triple play trunk show, and there'll be a trunk show based on my book. And so you'll get to see all the quilts, or most of the quilts that are in this book. And that will be fun because it's, lots of quilts in there. And we're going to do it like a bed what do they call them? Bed turning. And so it used to be they'd do these trunk shows, and they were called bed turnings, and you'd lay all the quilts out, and you just go through one at a time, like if you made a bed with a giant number of quilts, which of course, why wouldn't we, right? Would be very fun. So there's vendor tents. We're going to learn how to do the twist. There is going to be someone teaching that. It will not be me, but I will be there trying to learn for sure. And there will be a hula hoop contest as well. Now, I have never been coordinated enough really to do the hula hoop. I could do it on an arm like this. I could do my arm. But to do it around the middle, I have no idea what the deal is, but my hips don't do the hula hoop. Sarah can hula hoop. I cannot hula hoop. So it'll be fun to watch that. There's so many fun things going on. Lots of vendor trucks, lots of food trucks. I mean, just lots of different things going on. I have finished up most of my grandchildren quilts, and the ones that I didn't finish, they picked from my quilts I already made, which I think is also very, very fun. And then, this last week we had eclair making at our house. Grandpa showed the kids. We had probably, I don't know, there was maybe like 8 of them here, 9, 10 of them, I don't know. There was a bunch of them to make eclairs. And eclairs are one of those temperamental foods that if it's humid, they don't seem to want to rise and things like that. And so they weren't hugely fluffy, but they were yummy. And so the kids all made, or a lot of the grandkids made eclairs, and they just like a refresher course on how to make those. And so that was really fun. So we've had a busy week, and we have another busy one coming up, mostly because we'll be traveling in Utah. But Annie, I understand there's a few questions that you have.
We do have a couple questions.
Awesome.
We have 2 about the denim quilt that you talked about.
Oh, yeah.
How hard is it to quilt a denim quilt?
Well, the only thing that's really hard about a denim quilt is that where all the corners come together, it can get a little high. So you might need to raise your quilting foot just a little bit. But other than that, that needle can go through fingers and metal rulers. So, I think it can go through 4 layers of denim.
Ooh.
So it's at the Quilters. I'm kind of anxious to see. Next week, I should have a bunch of quilts to show you, actually, because they'll all be back from the Quilters. We had a holiday this week, and so we didn't get them quilted into the Quilters until, they might not be there till this morning. So they should all be finishing up this week sometime. So we'll see what we have next week to show you. But you shouldn't have any trouble except that one point. And we just watched that and raised the foot a little bit.
What do you back the denim quilt with? This
one I'm just backing with Quilters cotton. I do have one that's backed with flannel. But remember, if you're using it as a picnic quilt, flannel will pick up burrs and sand and dirt and things like that. So you just want to be, aware of what you put on the back. Denim will fray as well. And so if you, like Sarah has one where the back is opened, it's just sewn together and all the little squares are fraying. And so I suggested to her that she put a back on that, but she'll have to do a little bit of trimming to put a back on that. But I just put Quilters cotton right on the back because it doesn't pick up much. And usually I do something that is kind of fun and picnicky. So I usually do that.
Do you know when you will be getting refill pages for the template binder you got in?
Oh gosh, no, I don't. I think maybe we asked that last week. That sounds familiar to me, something I might have looked at. Refill pages, I'm gonna write that down. For the template binder?
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like we have them in now. Missouri Star Pattern Binder Sleeves refill pack. 10 count.
They came in. Dun, 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 dun. It's our best day ever. We made your dreams come true. They were probably on their way. Generally things, as we try not to run out as they get low, we try to restock. And so that is, I'm glad they're in. Awesome.
I am enjoying making Ingrid's flower quilt. Any chance you'll do something similar with holiday themes?
So I have loved seeing all the Ingrid's quilts online, and when you do something different, like we had a lady come to the birthday bash, I mean not the birthday bash, the Don't Girl retreat, and she had put just a floral sashing in between. I just love seeing you put yourself into the project, and we do. So we have a Christmas one that will actually release the birthday bash weekend. So sometime around there. Anyway,
Coming soon.
it's coming soon, and it's all Christmas, and it's beautiful. And we have a designer, Jackie, who's so talented, and she worked on that and did a lot of the designs for that. So we almost wanted to change her name to Ingrid, but we stopped and just let her be Jackie. They're beautiful. We have two different types of fabrics coming out. One is black velveteen, and if you've never embroidered on velveteen, it's like embroidering on butter. It is beautiful. And then the other one, I think, is like a linen or something like that. And so, we got to try both of them, and oh gosh, they're just beautiful. And the designs are beautiful. They're very, they're just gorgeous. All the Christmas things you can think of, but think of them embroidered and beautiful. They're beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
And
right,
one more comment that says, the weather in Lake Tahoe, California, it snowed.
Oh my gosh, Natalie was just in Lake Tahoe hiking the Tahoe Rim hike, and I'm so glad it didn't snow for her, but I did notice in several pictures she was wearing her warm jacket. So, gosh, I'm sorry you guys it snowed in California when it's really nice and warm here. It was so hot last week. It went back up into the 90s again. So we're glad for the 80s. We're glad that it's just a beautiful weather outside the last few days. Last night's sunset, I'll try to put a picture of that up on my Instagram page, which is Jenny MSQC. And you guys will probably want to follow that for when I go to Africa, because that's where I'll post most of those things. Also, you can only have so many friends on Facebook. So if you try to friend me, I'm not being mean to you if I don't friend you back. I'm just at my limit. And so, but Instagram lets you have as many as you want. And so I will try to post a picture of last night's sunset. It was glorious. I actually had Ron drive me out to the reservoir because it was so beautiful out there, and there's no wires or poles to disrupt your view, and so I'll put a couple of pictures of that up. It was just gorgeous. Anyway, we hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope the weather for you is at least tolerable wherever you are, and I hope it doesn't snow in California, because that seems very foreign and unusual. Anyway, we hope you guys have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week for Tuesday Newsday. Bye, everybody.